again, dude. The preview. We're going to start with Iowa and Oklahoma State.
All right.
And then we're going to move on and talk about Missouri and Iowa State.
Oh, what a weekend we got here. What a weekend of just fantastic duels.
I know. Iowa, number 3. Oklahoma State, number 2. And then Missouri, number 10. Iowa State, number 5, dude. Some clash of titans happening.
And don't forget, I think it's Saturday's matchup with... Is it Saturday that Arizona State and Nebraska are going at?
So that's also Sunday.
That's Sunday too.
We'll touch on that. We'll touch on that as well.
They got a bunch of matchups there. That's fire too. But
yeah, we'll dive into it. We might even touch on HODGE Rankings.
Well, I want to ask you about the HODGE Rankings. Of course, Flo came out with their HODGE Rankings. They have Brooks 1. They have Starachi 2. They have O'Toole 3. Hidley 4. Keckeisen 5. Okay. Brooks, Starachi, O'Toole, Hidley, Keckeisen.
Where's Kirk?
That was my question. And
I might put Kirk at 3.
I almost have. My rankings actually go Starachi, and then Kirkleby.
Oh wow!
And then Brooks. And the only reason I have it that way is because I can see Starachi and Kirkleby dominating their way through. Now, one of our posters on Facebook, Drama King, brought up a good point. Don't forget about the sportsmanship. That's in that HODGE too. Well, Carter, you might say, well, he gets some negative marks there because, he says some stuff on Twitter or whatever. He's just confident. I understand. But you just simply don't beat people like Brooks and Kirkleby when it comes to sportsmanship. You just don't. Quite frankly, I think Brooks is number 1 when it comes to sportsmanship. Just a super nice guy. And, of course, Kirkleby is seems like just a shy guy, just a really nice guy. And, he's been nothing but the utmost when it comes to sportsmanship.
Yeah, Kirk's quiet. He's a quiet guy.
Yeah, but because I can see Starachi and Kirkleby really having an easier time of dominating the whole way through. Although, I'm thinking a little bit about Schultz. Wonder how Kirkleby and Schultz, that could end up being a little closer. I don't know. But with Brooks, I could see Brooks dominating his way through too, except until he hits
Hidley. As we now know how to say correctly.
From
Jason Bryant, right?
Jason Bryant. We just had a live the other day. We had a live.
Yesterday when we went live, which was actually just 10 minutes ago in reality.
Yeah, and we mess up the names all the time, and we appreciate when you guys help us out there. We're just regular Joes over here,
Good old regular Joes.
We do try to make sure you know who we're talking about, even though we're saying it wrong. But thank you, Jason Bryant. But, yeah, that's going to be a tight match. And then, of course, the other ones that Flo has in the top 5, O'Toole, Hidley himself, and Keckeisen, you can see them having close matches, certainly.
Yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
You could make the case that Keckeisen should be number 4. I might be Starachi, Kirkleby, Brooks, Keckeisen. That probably would be my 4. My top.
I think 4. I might agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to argue that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I could see Keckeisen just rolling through too.
Yeah.
And I know Truex gave him a kind of close match and some other, but he's just rolling right now. And, I mean, there's other tough guys at 84. Don't get me wrong. I know Plott's having a great year and all that stuff. Keckeisen's a beast.
Yeah, he is. All right, let's get into it.
All right.
Iowa and Oklahoma State, 3 p.m. on Sunday. Big-time duel here. Let's start at 125. It's Ayala and Spratley.
Yes.
All right, Ayala, back on the map, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope. It's got that. Actually, yeah, that's a no-brainer. It's going to be Ayala.
For the record, a lot of people, so many of these matchups are going to be like coin flips that so many people are saying, but I think they go Iowa's way. And this might be one of them. A lot of people thinking, Ayala is ranked 3, Spratley's ranked 8, for whatever that's worth. And a lot of people say, I think it's Ayala. Zach, I'm going Spratley.
Wow. Okay.
After I seen him against Certain, after the last 2 or 3 matches I've watched him in, I'm convinced that I really like Spratley. Now, Ayala hasn't been all that hot lately, so things could flip-flop and Ayala could really be looking good come Sunday. But how I'm going off of what I've seen the last couple, 2, 3 matches, to me, Spratley's the hot item. Forget about the rank. So I'm going Spratley for 3.
I mean, hey, it's in Oklahoma State, and that would be notable. That would be notable. A lot of people have Ayala as a championship contender there. So,
and a fact is, this whole year, Oklahoma State, all the tough, close matches, they seem to be winning. Now, as a
surging,
as a Penn State homer, I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of rooting for Iowa just for so the record. There's no other undefeated teams. That's who I'm rooting for. But I'm going to call these as we go through this. I'm calling them straight up.
All right.
See them. We'll add up the points afterwards.
Okay. Yes, we will, because I have a chance to edit this. So, all right, moving on 133. Is it going to be Teskey or Schriever up against Fix? And do either of them have a chance of beating Fix?
I personally think they're going to go Teskey, but most people disagree with me there. But I think, when Teskey looks bad, he looks really bad. Of course, Fix wins this, but to me, and probably to you, are we talking 4 or 5?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Tom's got these boys up for this match. This is a big match. I'm only going 4 for Fix.
Okay, you bring up Tom. I'm looking at these lineup matchups. Is there any tricks that Tom might have up his sleeve? We've seen him in the past with some lineup changes last minute. I mean, it almost seems like every other match he's got some trick up his sleeve. I mean, I don't see anything here though.
If he's worried about we're going to get down here, I'll bring it up.
All right. Yep. All right. 141, Real Woods and Tegan Jameson, dude. This is a big time matchup.
This is big time matchup, and this is a real indicator, folks, of what's going on with Woods right now. Because let me tell you, Jameson's the real deal. And every time I've watched him, I left totally impressed. He's ranked number 9, Jameson. Of course, Woods is ranked number 2, and we all know what Woods could do, but we also know this doesn't look like the same Woods. Almost like he's disengaged, almost like he's preoccupied with something else, or he's not hungry. All them things that are flying out in the rumor mills out there on the forums and what have you. He could put all that to rest with a solid, dominating performance. He's not going to dominate Jameson. This is going to be a regular decision, in my opinion.
Okay, by Real Woods, I'll say this. I would take Woods, but if he loses to Jameson here, I think it's officially time to throw up the red flags. What's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big time.
And not to mention how that would affect the Big Ten seeding. So
I mean Woods is going to have to. Yeah, he's going to have to be on to win this.
We might have to get a Big Ten seeding episode out next week. But all right, 149. It's Rathjen and Jordan Williams.
Rathje. Yes, Rathje.
Yikes.
I don't know. That might be right. I guess.
I think. Okay. Anyway, we got him.
I'm pretty sure it's Rathje.
We got Rathje taking this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, whoa. Jordan Williams is no slouch. I know he's only ranked number 21, but yes, I'm going Rathje. And, I mean, he's tough. He's got to make that next step up to get to where I'm believing, okay, I was saying earlier this year, he's a real AA potential.
Well, this is a must-win if he wants to remain in that category here.
Yes, this is an absolute. And even how he wins, I might change my opinion. Mm-hmm. If he wins in a 1-point, last-second takedown, my opinion of him AAing might have changed. But with that said, hey, he's got 3 for me here.
All right, 3 for Rathje. 157, Jarrett Franick and Teague Travis. Okay,
yeah,
another big matchup here.
Big matchup. And, when you're one of your big studs, Franick, that is, for Iowa, you like when your big studs can go out there and get you a bonus point when you need it. I don't see it here. And the thing is Teague Travis is very, very tough. He's ranked number 11. and it's tough to go out and put a major on anyone, number 11. I understand that. But when you're in a war like this, you're
Every
just
point
you're
is big.
screaming for a bonus point.
Yeah, need
And
'em.
you're not going to get it. In fact, part of me wants to go Travis. The way old Frantic looked against the way Levi tore him up.
Yeah. I'm not gonna think too much about that because I think it might be Levi's level is just different. But so I'm anxious to see Frantic here up against Travis to see if we can get.
I'm giving 3 to Frantic there, but that's one of them catch duel or catch matches. Watch out. Frantic goes out there and lollygags around, and bam! Travis could put a hurting to him.
Yeah. All right.
3 for
165.
Frantic.
Another top 10 matchup here. It's Caliendo and Olnijic.
Oh, this is great. Lesnick. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. I'm not sure there either. Lesnick. Look. Caliendo, most people are picking Caliendo here. Lesnick is ranked higher, by the way. Lesnick's 3, Caliendo 7. I'm going to Lesnick. Now, this is just one of them
I'm going
matches.
Caliendo.
I like both of these guys and how they wrestle.
Yeah.
I will say this. To me, this is the third best individual match all weekend.
Third best. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, we have Carr, O'Toole.
Carr.
Yeah.
And the second one we talked about yesterday on the live. It's not coming to me right now. What was it?
Wow.
Henson and Arrington.
Yes.
Which by the time you see this,
And by the way, my fourth best duel probably would be, I would say,
Elam Bastida.
oh, that's a good one too. But no, I probably would go Parko Lovett. No, I would go Teamer Rob would be my 4. I would say Parko Lovett would be my 5, and Bastida. I think Bastida handles the Lamb.
We'll have to break down
Yeah.
Sunday all
Okay.
these big matchups.
We're
and the
jumping
reaction
all
to
around.
them.
My
So,
fault.
all right, back to it. Where were we? I'm going Caliendo. You're going Isaac. Just say his first name. 174, Kennedy and Braden Thompson. Braden Thompson, 24th. Kennedy at 5. Iowa has to take this.
Yeah, and Thompson's tough too, and that's not going to be easy to get a bonus point there. Where I'm sure Iowa's going to be wanting a bonus point from Kennedy. I don't think they get it, but I will say for a guy that's really 165, you got to just put your hands together for Kennedy and how he's done up here at 74.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. I also agree with the regular decision there.
Yeah.
Moving on to what I think could potentially be my most intriguing
Oh, I
matchup.
forgot all about this.
Is it Gabe Arnold up against Dustin Plott?
Yeah, that's got to be in the top 5.
Dude, yeah, that has to. Let's keep our fingers crossed we see Gabe Arnold first. But boy, if Gabe Arnold comes out and beats Dustin Plott,
Gabe Arnold has one competition left, and we know Tom Brands. And Tom Brands is not going out to Oklahoma to lose. There is no way. So,
that we don't see Gabe.
yeah, we're going to
Let's
see
go,
Gabe.
baby.
We're
Come
gonna
on,
see
Gabe. Let's
Now,
fire it up, dude.
I was saying about, okay, what if Tom is worried about Kennedy against Thompson, and he says, okay, Gabe, you go 74, and Kennedy, we're going to go put you up against Plott, just keep it a regular.
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Unlikely.
Unlikely, but we've seen Tom pull some strings like that in the past.
Well,
Wouldn't shock me.
but
Would not shock me.
Plott against Arnold. What are you thinking there?
I want to say Gabe.
Wow!
I want to say.
Wow!
I want to say him.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just gonna pick him. Let's go.
Wow. Well, he gave up that takedown that last match, and it was like, whoa, that was the first little crack in the armor that we've seen from Gabe Arnold. And what a year he's put together. You got to give it to him. He goes in Feldkamp. He knocks off the highly ranked Feldkamp and all the stuff he's done. But no, I got Plott, but Arnold's so tough to score on. And because he's tough to score on, he's going to be in the match. And once he's in the match, the other thing I like about Arnold is he's so explosive that could he steal one from Plot? He kept it close. He hit at the right time, and he's so explosive. And if
Late in the match,
Plot's gas
takedown.
tank's a little down, it's not out of the question that Gabe Arnold knocks off Plot. It's also not out of the question that we finally seen, okay, you can't, I'm sorry, the rules of science here, you can't take a 174-pounder, put him out against the best 184-pounder and expect good things. And Plot just kind of dominate the thing. I wouldn't be surprised there. I'm going 3 for Plot.
Okay. I think that's what everyone would expect there, but I am going to keep my fingers crossed for Gabe, baby.
All right.
197, Glazier and Serber.
Yeah. I mean, this may determine the duel. And on the surface, you can't criticize. Glazier is just, wow. Even the match he had, that was the match you asked about, Brooks, who's the close one he had. It was against Glazier.
That's right.
It was 5-1.
Yep.
And Glazier did a great job keeping that score down and all that. Although, for the record, any wrestler that does that, I'm going to keep the score down. Okay, I can understand it in a close duel or whatever. But when you don't be surprised when Brooks puts it on them if they meet at the Big Tens. Brooks puts it on. I mean, they're going for it there. I got to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is partly team, but I'm out to be a champion.
Yeah.
And the more Glazier opens up, the more I can see Brooks widening the gap there. But Glazier against Serber. Serber's very good. Glazier's, wow, dude. I just wouldn't be surprised if, Glazier's ran the table except for Brooks. I would not be surprised to see Serber take this. But for the record, and knowing Iowa, you normally how they are, let's forget about that Michigan match. That was a hiccup in the Brand's run at Iowa.
And the brand.
They're up. They're going to give you a fight. They got dominated that match. And it kind of left us all with our jaw dropped.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Three best wrestlers all lost that match.
Yeah. It was like, whoa.
Closing
Boy, you
them
talk
out.
about fire some things up over there on the Iowa Forum.
Yeah.
Hey, go on. We were throwing Brinks trucks at David Teller.
Out there on the Iowa forums, yeah.
Hawkeye report, boy. You get ripped up in a hurry over there, boy.
We did. Moonshine Man and Copper Boy, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I'm going to go 3 Glazier.
All right. But you're saying potentially we could have a Serber upset and a
Dude,
Spratley upset this match.
Really, give me a coin.
Okay.
That's what I really want to do right here.
All right. And finally, do we see Keeter up against Doucette here at heavyweight?
I don't.
Or Bradley Hill?
A lot of people say, well, I think Keeter and Hill are about the same. I don't know. We haven't seen Keeter enough. And you can't gauge Keeter off of going against Kirklevitt. And, Kirklevitt's going to do that to anybody. So I can't. That told me nothing about Keeter. You give up that much size, and he's just going to get bigger. We're talking about a major athletic stud here. So I think Keeter's probably a nice little distance above Hill. Don't you guys wish you had the inside?
I was going to say, I think whoever they send out here is who Tom believes is better.
Yeah, who makes out the best at practice and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you love the inside stuff? Someone to say, well, this week in practice, Keeter knocked off Old Hill.
Yeah.
It was 9-3. Just all that inside information.
Need someone in the room.
That'd be awesome to know that.
That would.
That'd be awesome. But I'm expecting Keeter to get thrown out. No matter who they throw out, I'm going 3 for Doucette.
All right. So who you have taking the match here?
Okay, I got 3, 6, 9, 12. I got 16. I got 3, 6, 9, 12.
15?
16, 15.
16-15, Oklahoma State knocking off Iowa.
That's
right?
what I got. I got 16, 15, and I didn't do that before.
Wow.
I did that all live right there. I have Oklahoma State knocking off Iowa, and I tell you,
The difference being Fix is major.
Well, Spratley's got to knock off Iowa, and Olejnik's got to knock off Caliendo for this to happen.
Yeah.
But then we have other ways.
Serber also has a chance to.
Serber has a chance, and Well, we don't know what's
It's
going on.
important dual meet for Big Ten seeding. Iowa reputation here.
The difference is there was really the 4 I gave Fix.
That's what I said. Yeah.
And if Teskey or Schriever goes out there and gives him a fit, we could get into
All the analytics of how you win after the tied score and tied matches, right?
I can't think of the word.
Yeah,
I can't think of the word. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. When 2 teams are tied and you got to go to the
tiebreaker.
Maybe it's time for me to go to bed, dude.
Yeah, let's move on, dude. Missouri and Iowa State.
All right.
You have, by the way, just to conclude there, you have Oklahoma State. I'm officially going Iowa. So, but Missouri, Iowa State, it's number 10 Missouri, number 5 Iowa State. Some huge matchups, including the most anticipated matchup of the weekend, Keegan O'Toole, David Carr. But before we get into that.
Absolutely.
125 Noah Certain against Terrakina here.
Yes.
Number 24th ranked, Kyson Terrakina for Iowa State. This is in Iowa State, folks. So, at 125, I would go Certain. I'm certain I'd Certain.
Okay. Okay, well, we're going to have the neck brace on. I don't know if we'll have any back braces on, leg braces on. I don't know. It don't matter. But Certain's going to win this. How can Terrakina win this? I can't even put my hand up. I can't even headlock. The thing is, I gotta go up over this tire that's around this guy's neck. I tried to throw a half Nelson, and I couldn't get my arm up that high. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad he's going to do all right. It's like you said, though. If a guy's in a neck brace, should he be wrestling? That was a really good question. But, okay. Certain's very good. Certain's going to win this by, wow, I almost want to go 4.
4? All right.
I almost want to go 4.
Go 4, man. We make bold predictions on this show.
Forget the neck brace. Certain knows how to. He certainly knows how to wrestle. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Look how out of bounds we are.
Yeah. Well, I'll fix it.
Look at that.
Don't move now. We might as well stay the same because then.
All
All right. Moving on. 133. Unfortunately, K Moore coming back, but not this match.
That's right.
So we're not sure who we'll see, but they will be going up against Evan Frost, number 9.
And I'm taking.
And I like this Frost kid.
Oh yeah, I do too. I'm going Frost. Although I gotta imagine whoever they send out is going to be fighting. This is a big match or big duel. Do I go 4 for Frost? That's the question.
I think you have to.
I didn't take time to look into all the stats of their backups at 33. So I don't know, but I'm going 4 for Frost.
Yeah, agree. You got to go 4 there. 141, Josh Edmond at number 24th for Missouri up against number 7, Echemendia for Iowa State. And, Echemendia, that's...
Echemendia is, he's dangerous, and he's fun to watch. But, we've seen Edmond. He's a fighter. He had Fix on the brink. I know Fix was jumping up in weight there, but
that was a
man
tough
knows
match,
how to wrestle. Yeah. Although I'm going 3 for Echemendia.
Agreed. That would put Iowa State up, 7-3, 7-4.
7-4.
Going on 149, number 10, Logan Geoff.
Yeah.
Up against Swiderski, your boy. Joffrey.
Is it Joffrey?
Looks like it.
You guys can help us out in the comments there so we get it right the next time. But, Swiderski, he's a spunky thing, that little Swiderski.
Spunky Swiderski?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's got a little spitfire to him, You talk about these big personalities. Swiderski's up there with them. I don't know if you know about Swiderski. Yeah, he'll give you a little tood once in a while. But forget about his tood. The man knows how to wrestle, and he gets the 3 from me.
All right. I'm going Echemendia or Swiderski here. 157. Here's a big-time matchup, baby.
Big.
Brock Muller and Cody Chittum. Big. Where is Cody Chittum at? Find out here.
Yeah. I mean, he took that loss last week, or what was it? And I was a little surprised there. But, and Muller he got just eaten alive by Shapiro. That was wow. Muller, that had to be, you talk about your psyche taking a hit. You have this freshman come in, spank you, and smack you around, and then probably He stood above them and probably took a pee on them.
come on,
I don't
man.
know.
The same as Frantic. The way Frantic lost to Levi, I'm not going crazy over that one loss. Okay,
That's true. And I'm just joking. Mahler's the.
and mind you, I've penciled Levi and Shapiro in the finals already. So yeah,
You know something? Some of these matches, things get steamrolling and they turn to be blowouts. When really, when you're talking head to head, this like them two, Shapiro and Mahler could match again, and it could end up being a very, very close match. I understand that about wrestling. I'm just picking fun. Now here, Chittum and Mahler, I don't know who to pick, dude. But I'm gonna probably go Chittum.
I was gonna say Chittum too, but
3 for Chittum.
all right, then let's go 165, baby. The match everyone's looking forward
Wow.
to. O'Toole and David Carr.
Okay.
And just the 165 weight class in general. I think everyone's on the O'Toole. Are people starting to write off David Carr? Like,
Well, I like to. One of our lifelong friends, and Greg C, we call him, and he's a great wrestling mind, great friend. And a lot of times he writes, so I ask him permission. Greg, can I read this? This is very just good stuff. Why I like it, it's unique. Like this isn't some, he's lip syncing some other guy, podcast.
Yeah.
Out there. This is, you can tell, but this was he. I didn't see Carr's loss to Ramirez earlier this year, and Keegan is wasting people this year pretty dominantly. But everyone is talking about Keegan this year in a way that is kind of disrespectful to Carr, like he ain't a national champ in his own right. I also feel like everyone is forgetting that while Keegan definitely beat Carr in the finals last year, David controlled Keegan in the previous 2 face-offs pretty comfortably. I'm picking Carr to take this one.
wow.
And, that was very interesting. I'm actually going to go against Greg, but I really like what he's saying there. I kind of feel the exact same way. I will say this. There's no way you could pay me to make a bet that one of these guys is going to win all 3, if they have all 3. Most likely they will. Most likely they'll face 3 times. Now, you could say, well, Messenbrink or something's going to come or it could, maybe that third one could be in the semifinals instead of the finals. Very likely they meet 3 times just like last year. There's no way you can pay me or convince me that one guy is going to lose all 3. There's just no way, Zach.
It would be surprising.
Yeah. In other words, Carr's going to win one of them 3 at least. But in this duel right now, I'm going to kind of go opposite that I did last year, or opposite of what it went last year. I'm going to say O'Toole wins this. O'Toole actually wins the conference, and then Carr comes back. I just, man, I can't bet against Carr.
That's
know how
exactly
much I like
what
him.
you picked last year, and you were wrong last year. So you're
yes.
picking the exact same thing again this year.
Yes. So
All right.
I'm going O'Toole.
How about one other thing that Greg mentioned that I want to bring up before we move on is, he discussed how he thinks O'Toole and Carr are actually still on a different level. A lot of Messenbrink talk.
Yes.
That Messenbrink has a chance, and he says, not so fast, dude, which all of a sudden has become a hot take.
This shouldn't be a hot take either, but everyone is riding this Mitchell Messenbrink hype train, which makes it a hot take. But Mitchell Messenbrink is not on either of those 2 guys' levels right now. I love him, but he's not. I think Mitchell Messenbrink is a 3rd to 5th place winner this year. Carr and Keegan are a level above the rest of this deep field. By the way, he also thinks that between Hamidi, Messenbrink, and Ramirez, it's like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Which was another very interesting take.
Yeah.
He thinks like, Messenbrink over Ramirez over Hamidi over Messenbrink. Could be, and I respect that.
Great analogy, dude. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I respect that opinion too, because he may be dead on right. And here's the thing, neither Carr or O'Toole has small gas tanks, which is what you're kind of hoping for.
If you're
Because
messing brink.
Mitchell's so young and he's still learning and all that. But, his real strength is just his pace. He outpaces
He's not going to
people.
have an advantage in that area against either
Keep
of
it
those
close
two.
to, like with O'Toole, keep it close. Now, I think a O'Toole Messenbrink match is going to be close no matter what because of the familiarity.
Yeah.
But, say Messenbrink Carr, if Messenbrink could keep it close, hoped that Carr's gas tank kind of wore down and come back and win it at the end, I could see that. But Carr's not going to do that. Carr's got a great gas tank. But I am not ready to say Mitchell has no chance. I will concede and say, yes, Greg, I agree. Right now, off of the eye test, I think Carr and O'Toole are here, and I think Messenbrink is right there.
Okay.
But I personally think Messenbrink beats Hamidi and Ramirez. I think Messenbrink is that little notch above them too. So I don't completely agree with the rock paper scissors theory, but I like hearing theories I've never heard before.
Yeah, I like it too.
And we got to get Greg to keep writing in so we can steal his stuff.
I agree.
Okay.
But for this duel, you're
Thank you,
going
Greg.
O'Toole. That means I'm going to go Carr.
Okay.
I like Greg's
Great.
take there.
Yeah.
He sold me on that. Then 174, Mako and Gaetan.
I'm going Mako for 3 there. And really, I'm tempted to go 4 because Mako's about due for a great match, and they may need the 4 here. You know what?
Go.
I'm going to go for
Go 4.
I'm going
baby.
4 for Mako. It's time for him to step it up, and he's the real deal. And Gatan, I just haven't seen anything that just sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, this would be it.
Yeah.
This is his opportunity.
Yeah.
This would be the opportunity to stick out. 184, it's Whiting up against Feldkamp. You got to go Feldkamp, right?
Well, Feldkamp's ranked 6. Whiting's 12th. Whiting's tough. And Feldkamp at time, the one match, old Dresser, the old Dresser interview, we got to learn how to wrestle. You know who he was talking to, don't you?
Feldkamp. Yeah, he was talking about Feldkamp.
Feldkamp got tore up that match.
Yeah.
And, oh, my
Then he
goodness.
responded.
Well, and Feldkamp has looked really good at times. And there's times it's like, whoa, this guy's ranked 6th? Okay, I'm a little rough on Feldkamp. I love Feldkamp, but I don't know where to go here, Zach. I guess I got to go Feldkamp 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're getting down to the wire here. It's tight, and we're moving on to 197. It's Elam and Broderson? Is that who we have here? 197.
Yeah. I think it's probably Broderson. Either way, I'm going Elam for 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got decked, Elam, and I got to think, wow, what's going on with Rocky this year? He just ain't the same guy. Well, we're coming down to crunch time, and we know he's a good wrestler. So I think we're going to see the reemergence of Rocky in this duel of showing he's a contender at 97.
All right.
A contender for what? I'm not sure. Because he's not been able to get over the Sloan hump. Sloan's now beaten him twice in a row. And there's other humps there like Hidley and Brooks and that we can very easily guess. He ain't getting over them humps either. I don't know. I don't like the way this conversation's going. I know. Daggone. We are talking wrestling, right?
Yeah.
No. Rocky for 4.
All right, so that makes it 16-15 Iowa State going into the final match at heavyweight.
Undefeated time. Something's got to give.
Which Zach Elam at number 5 and number 3 Younger Bastida. Wow, dude. I hope it comes down to this.
By the way, all the promo work you do for BEG, and you were getting so good at it. That last promo you put out. I told you. The hair on my arm stood up. You really get me fired up when I watch these promos. I can't congratulate you enough on learning all this stuff on the fly and getting good at it, too. So, hey,
all right.
I say, by the way, the one thing we forgot here is, we kind of promote your business. That's kind of what you do for your business.
Oh, yeah.
So we always forget to do that part.
We also forget to tell people to like and subscribe, dude.
Anyway,
We don't really care, dude.
anyway, Iowa State does a great job of promoting. They got a big promotion with undefeated Zach Lamb and undefeated Bastida and big posters. Something's got to
Love
give.
that, dude.
Something's got to give.
You gotta love that.
I love that. That's great. They need more Zach Beavers in this wrestling world. Because
Hey-o.
they got a Zach Beaver over there in Iowa State land. But, yeah, this is really not that close to me. To me, it comes down to the foursome at heavyweight with Kirk Levitt, Bastida, and Hendrickson and Schultz. And I don't see any of them beating, but who's going to take second? I can't tell yet. Of course, I've said many times, I can't wait for the Bastida, Hendrickson. Hopefully that's like the semifinal. But as far as Bastida, a Lamb, yeah, I can see like, dude, 8-3, 9-3.
For Iowa State to take it.
I'm going just 3 for Bastida.
That would make it, what, 1915 Iowa State takes
3,
it.
6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah,
19, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, 15 for Iowa State is who I got.
Woo! All right.
So
You have officially, in your predictions here, what'd you go? You went Oklahoma State.
Yes, which that was.
And Iowa State.
Yeah. And,
all right.
You know, on the surface, that's a tough call. But I just went through it, and I picked it the best I can. And, you know, sometimes you look like a fool when you're out there picking.
That's
Sometimes
the fun in it. But listen, we have some other big matchups on Sunday. So Ridge Levitt and Kyle Parko at the 149. It's Nebraska, Arizona State. That's at 3 p.m. Let's touch on that. Who you got there?
Well, I think Lovett wins it, and I think he wins it without it being. I think Lovett's really only serious threat is Henson, and I thought that match we seen. I really thought Henson won that match, and I know there's other big dogs there at 49, and everybody's heart broke that Van Ness isn't in the mix because that's when it really gets fun. And obviously, Parko's the real deal.
I just don't think he's quite at Lovett's level.
No, and even at Henson, I think Henson's here and Parko's here.
Yeah.
Now, could Parko shock us and knock? Hey, freshman Kazak had Lovett on the ropes.
I know.
Tied in the third period. And, you know, you got to give it to Kazak. You don't know what to expect out of that kid either. That could be a real threat too. But anyway, I'm going Lovett there.
Comfortably?
Not super comfortably, but yeah, something like, 8-5 something.
Yeah, that's about what I was.
Like a 3-point.
Yeah. All right. We also have Peyton Robb and Ja'Cory Teamer.
That is a great match. And, Teamer, they just don't come any more athletic than Teamer. But Peyton Robb has had one of them seasons. And I think his head, everything he's gone through, even taking these losses that he has, somehow I see that as a positive for a kid like Peyton Robb. And I love Peyton Robb, and I love Hardy. By the way, we've seen that, Hardy comes out with that tweet after the controversial.
What a great guy. Yeah.
The controversial
great tweet.
Win by Bartlett. And he comes out saying, I lost fair and square. And I don't know if you got a chance to go read his tweet, but if you weren't a Hardy fan, you are after, because what that showed me was just total maturity. This kid's got his head on tight, and I'm a big fan of Hardy.
Yeah, I love that. I think I've retweeted it.
Dude, that guy, with the right mindset.
I just enjoy seeing people taking ownership. Like, you love that. You don't see enough of that in the world.
Not only that,
anymore.
you say, well, this sport, we need to sell this sport. We need the big attitudes. We need the controversial. We need the bad guys. You need bad guys when you have sports. You need good guys. You need bad guys. I'm just saying, thank goodness we got some good guys.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
And to me, Peyton Robb's one of them also. Him and Brock Hardy is like the same kind of guy. Peyton Robb, everything he went through, listening to his interviews and stuff, this guy's got his head on tight. So I'm giving Rob over Teamer, and I'm not saying Teamer's head's not on tight. I'm not saying that. In fact, I'm giving Teamer the advantage as far as athleticism, but I'm just saying Peyton Robb. Everything he's gone through, I just see him. Like I would not be surprised to see him. I don't care what he's ranked. I would not be surprised to see him in the finals. That's how
Peyton
much.
Robb in the finals.
Not surprised me at all.
The way he's looked this year.
Every one of his losses have been close, except for the Levi. Levi kind of took over there at the end, but Levi's a different animal. But anyway, I'm rooting for Peyton Robb just because of everything he's gone through.
I would have to go Teamer. I almost think Robb's taking a step back. I don't know if it was the health or what, but.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm certainly rooting for him.
All right, a couple others here. Van D. Klebove, dude. Who you got?
That's a great one, too, because I was thinking about Crookham and Klebove. And the thing about Crookham and Klebove, which also happens this weekend, is, they're both District 11 in Pennsylvania, one of the best wrestling areas in Pennsylvania. Klebove was Northampton, and Crookham was Saucon Valley. And we're talking about hammer schools going at that whole.
They have a history.
That whole area, it's unbelievable. Every time I'm driving a truck, I see another road sign, and the first thing I think is, "Oh my goodness, that school's a hammer." And then I'm driving along, "Wow, that school's a hammer!" Like it's unbelievable. But that's a great matchup. And then the one you mentioned, Klebove against
Van D. Jacob Van D. from Nebraska.
That's going to be fun too.
I like Van D.
I like Van D.
He's PA kid.
I actually think
he's PA kid, right? Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I have to see where I have to go remind myself where Van D's from. But yeah, you're right. He is a PA kid.
Yeah. Who would you go there, Van D or Klebove? That could be.
I think Van D, but
if Arizona State would need Klebove to win that, they would also need Figueroa to beat Caleb Smith, right?
Yeah. And people could write in, give us stories about the rivalries these three probably have had. I know for certain Crookham and Klebove have had rivalries because I read about one just recently, and so the familiarity, that's going to be a tight match.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. But that's going to be exciting.
Klebove knock them off.
Yeah, it's going to be. This weekend is just filled.
Yeah, man, with
fantastic wrestling. And we didn't even bring up Pan Am's and all the stuff that's happening over there, but we're sticking folk style right now.
We'll wrap that up on Sunday. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
So we'll be back tomorrow for live instant reaction to all these duels, Pan Am's.
Yes.
All of it, right?
All of it. That's going to be fun tomorrow. And then, of course, the following Sunday, we're going to have our freestyle correspondent, Greg Moore, on with us, which that's going to be a ball because the freestyle world is heading our way. The trials are heading our way. We got a lot to talk about there, and nobody knows better than Greg Moore when it comes to the freestyle scene. He cracks me up.
That's right. And then, when you thought wrestling in the summertime was going to ramp down? No.
Yeah.
We got claw wrestling coming, baby. That's when we're ramping up.
Greg says, "Hey, I don't like watching kids laying on top of each other." He doesn't like folk style. However, the last time I talked to him, he's coming around a little bit. Okay.
Well, he sat beside Jeff Byers.
I used to not be able to stand it, but okay, I can watch it a little bit.
Yeah, then I sat by Jeff Byers for 5 matches. All of a sudden, he's on board, dude.
Whoa! But yeah, old Greg, man, he's great, and I really look forward to talking with him because that's a lot of fun. And the one thing I wanted to mention, and I mentioned during our live podcast, is I watched that Kale documentary. It was called Portrait of a Champion. I call it the greatest documentary on Kale ever. It was done years ago. He was younger, but it showed, and it was really insightful how he kept that same exact guy, same exact mindset the entire way through. And we also talked about this article that shows up on our Facebook page about Joe Cesari from North Schuylkill. And all of you guys, most of Pennsylvania knows about the Cesari brothers, all three of them, and all of them state titles they won. Well, Joe Cesari is a guy that certainly understands mindset and basics. Because when he took over that wrestling team, by the way, we're talking about a guy that had 339, 30, and 2 record. And you know what? I might be a little off there because this article was written, he had a couple matches left. So that might not be the official, but you get the idea. 339, 30, and 2. And when he first started, he knew nothing about wrestling. He would have to read a book, how to do a move, and then he'd take that newfound knowledge of his and show the guys in practice the next day.
Wow.
But, okay, that's amazing to pull off a record like that in a hammer state like Pennsylvania. But you know most of his real gold that he was handing out to all these kids was mindset.
Yeah.
And, of course, he was teaching the basics, right? He probably understood the importance of drilling this until we get it right and all that stuff. But his mindset, and just from the article I read, you could tell he kind of came from the same kind of roots as a Cale Sanderson. He just understood the mindset that you have to be a winner. And that was really interesting. That's on our Facebook page. So be sure you join us. Come join our Facebook
join
page.
Twitter, like and subscribe to YouTube, and go buy a shirt at the store.
Yes.
That's right, baby. BG.
Zach, I love your shirts. Absolutely. Zach, I got a question for you. Now, we said to everybody, if you buy something from the store, we're going to give a call out. Did anybody buy something from the store?
I don't think so.
No! You're tearing it up. What are you doing with all this money?
Honestly,
Oh, my goodness. Now, look, if you guys buy something from the store, we're going to give you a shout out. Actually, we'll say anything you want us to say if we can
not
get
anything.
it across to the FCC and all that stuff. But look, by the way, I love the shirts. I think we should have a contest of what you put all these neat sayings on shirts.
Well, you committed to a fantasy league. Why don't we?
Yes.
Maybe the prize winner, you can come on the show and we'll make a shirt up, whatever you want.
That's right. We kind of got to get our ducks in order here because I'm off in our chat. Feel free to join us.
Yeah, you're making commitments.
Our brand new chat. And we're going to have a fantasy where anybody come join. It's where, we have websites out there that run them, right? So it should be very easy to run, right?
Are you really just asking me? You committed to all our fans for doing this, and now you're at. This is possible, right? Like you're gonna figure this out, aren't you, Zach? When are you gonna do this, Zach? Unbelievable, man.
Zach, you're putting this together, right? Look,
this is the thing, dude.
We want to have a fantasy where anybody can join, and it's you go to a website and you pick your 10 people for the 10 weights, and just for the national tournament. It's just for the national tournament. We're gonna look into that. I'll help you look into that, Pam.
For next year we're gonna do season long, baby. We're back next year, season long fantasy.
Nurse Pam, can you help me out there? You got to learn how to delegate.
You
man.
keep poking her, you might have to go into concussion protocol here. You know what I mean? Cornell trainers.
Between the fantasy for the national championship tournament, okay, that's new. We have a new chat. Come join us. What was you just said? Oh, we want to have a little contest about the sayings to put on a shirt.
That's right.
Let's not have a contest. How about this? In the comments, if you got a suggestion that you'd like on a shirt, give it to us in the comments. Is that good?
That's good. In fact, Little Rock has big boulders. It came from a suggestion.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do we have that shirt yet?
Yeah, it's up for sale.
Okay, I
Yeah.
might have to buy one of them.
I thought about buying one of them, but
You know what? I'm due to get my order, I think, today.
that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get you a shirt, baby. All right. Anything else, dude? Let's wrap it up. I think.
I'm hoping next episode we're giving somebody a call out. That meant you sold a T-shirt somewhere.
I would. Yes, it would.
Hey!
Hey-o.
How much you get for each T-shirt? $1.85 or what? Something like that?
Well, I'm not trying to make money off the shirts. I'm trying to grow the brand. So, yeah. It's all white labeled, so I'm not trying to make...
Just poking. Oh, we love you guys.
All right, folks. Until tomorrow. We're back tomorrow, baby. This is BG Wrestling.
See ya.